Oh, hey, didn't see you there. That's because you're not there. Thought it'd be a little funny this morning as talk a little bit about our church. I missed you guys. Hey, it's getting dark. There. Hold on. I have to look out here to back up out of my drive. Some people might say this is dangerous video while driving, but I say, hey, we live in a world of the coronavirus, so I'm not really worried about it. But anyway, enough of that. If you've been with Sojourn very long at all, you know that we're all about, you hear words like community and discipleship, small groups, one-on-ones, and that's because, since Sojourn started, we're all about growing in depth with God, being authentic with each other in our relationship with God, finding out what it means to follow God together. We're all about the depth and making it real rather than just going and multiplying and shallowness, I guess you would say, which is a good thing, and I'm so happy to be a part of a church like that. It's really helped me grow in my relationship, my understanding, my knowledge of God, just in how I relate to Him, how I relate to others. I don't feel like I'm having to fake my way through things, and so it's not that we want to lose any of that at all, but we've also realized that we haven't really gone out in what you would say the normal idea of evangelism. We haven't been real good at evangelism, and so that's something we want to look at. Although we do view evangelism as making disciples, when Jesus says, "Go out into all nations and make disciples." I forgot my belt while I'm sitting here making this video. Being real dangerous. So anyway, I was supposed to speak on that in the last couple of weeks, which is probably this coming Sunday, but plans got changed, especially with the coronavirus, which is oddly enough throws wrenches in community and discipleship. But so it's a perfect time to talk about it, I guess. So anyway, we wanted to look more of that, be more intentional about not our focus on ourselves as Sojourn, but actually focusing outward. So anyway, as we're studying with each other, praying with each other, doing things with each other, community, kingdom stuff, we want to try to think more of, all right, what do we do to be able to go out and share this with others more, and just beyond inviting them to church. And it's going to be a struggle because we haven't really focused on that too much, and we don't want to lose that focus of depth with each other and depth with God. So one way we're going to do that is Aaron and Lindsay have taken up the role of outreach ministry, and so Aaron's going to speak some at least once a month on international missions and how we can be involved in that, and possibly, hopefully, even be able to go out and actually go into missions like that. The harder part for me anyway is local ministry. How do we do that? And one way we have decided, and Lindsay's gonna head this up, and we're excited about it, is to have a food pantry. And I think first we're going to team up with another food pantry and figure out how they do things, but eventually have our own there in our building. That's exciting to me, and what we can do with that and how we can go out from there. So we're going to start with baby steps like that, and reach out from that. I'm going to find a different parking spot. Why are we doing this all of a sudden? God's laying it on our hearts. So it's something we need to look at. As I was reading through Luke, something struck out to me is that I don't know why, I don't remember, but Jesus sent out 77 people in front of him at one point into the towns and villages, and said, go before me and don't bring anything, don't bring this and that. But 77. I knew he sent out his disciples at one point, but just 77 people he sent in front of him to go out into the villages before him. Anyway, that struck out to me, and I started looking at it and reading it, and I wondered to myself, why did he do that? Did Jesus need those 77 to go and prepare the people? I'm not sure. What I'm tending to lean towards is that Jesus did it for them. And what I mean by that, most of you know that I preach periodically, and I really, I've had no real formal education besides I went some online classes on my own, but I always feel inadequate. But what I tell Matt and Will a lot of the times is, man, if this isn't for anybody else, it's for me, because the time I spend, I want to get it right, and I want to preach what's real. And so the time I spend in Scripture and with God, changes me. I learn so much. I've grown so much by preaching. It's unreal. I wish everybody could do it. It's indescribable how much I grow in my relationship with God, how much I realize what a sinner I am. But then how much I realize the grace of God. It's unreal what it does to me when I preach. It may not be necessarily for anybody else. I know it has been. I've heard some things. Will has told me things that people say. That makes me feel awesome. Just to be a part of that. And there's a great feeling in that. And I can't help but think those 77, it's the same thing for them. That Jesus sent them ahead. Yes, he used them. And for whatever reason, because I know that, that God is going to draw who he's going to draw to himself. But for those people to be part of what's going on, to work alongside the Spirit, there's something in that. And just, there's a theme throughout the Bible about doing. From the Old Testament all the way through the New Testament. There's verses. There's something in that. And so I think as we think about how we reach out, how we go and tell others about Jesus in the community, and we think about evangelism, I think it's going to change us. And I think God is doing something with us and with others. And to think about that, do we, to have an impact on other people's lives, does God need us? I don't think so. But can we be part of what he's doing? And what is that going to do with us? What does that say about our faith? When we go out and just the public acknowledgement that, hey, we're followers of Christ. Yep, we're one of those people that really believe this stuff. That's identifying yourself with Jesus and everything that goes with it. Even the bad perspective of some people. So even just by proclaiming that, there's something that's being said. There's something that's being done that, people are going to look at me now. So I'm excited about it all, and about thinking about how we can go out, especially in our jobs, our work. People you interact with. I know we can't do it now, but how much do we talk about Jesus lately? Or do we just talk about him amongst ourselves? So anyway, that's where we're heading, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about where the Spirit's leading us. To think about that, it's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. And so we're gonna start off with, like I said, the food bank. But in the meantime, I want everybody, us all, to think about what that means to work alongside the Spirit during our days, every day, and especially in this time where we can't even meet with each other. What does that mean? The people we're with, our families. What do we talk about Jesus with our families? That's what evangelism and discipleship looks like now. So spend time in prayer, asking God where can I start to do that. Let's grow in depth with God and each other, but also be used by the Spirit, because the Spirit's reaching out too, and that's going to change us just as much as anybody gets changed by it. All right, thanks for listening, and it's 6 in the morning, and peace out.